Peltz has received his biggest win yet in the proxy fight with Disney. We're going to find out today. We will find out, but this is the biggest win yet. Hopefully he's going to win. This is a huge deal. Elon Musk has done quite a long tweet about this, replying to someone else. And he's basically saying and parroting to everyone, or at least sort of, projecting out there that who's the man for this? Nelson Peltz. Now he's, bit buddy-buddy with Nelson Peltz, but he also says he doesn't own shares in Disney, but he would own shares if Nelson Peltz was on the board. So this is a big win for Peltz. It's a huge win, actually. Now, will this seal the deal? Who knows? Who knows? But as we near, the end of this race, this proxy fight, this is a big deal and a big win. So hit subscribe if you're new here, guys. Turn the bell notifications on. We will, of course, report on who won later on. And cover all of this stuff as it develops. So let's take a look. We have Elon Musk here, obviously on Twitter, and he's replying to Bill Ackman. So let's take a look at what Bill Ackman said, because this stuff is interesting. So Bill Ackman says there have been a few recent articles in the press about Disney winning its proxy contest with Nelson Peltz, but based on early election returns that have been leaked to the media. We don't have an investment in Disney, but I thought it useful to point out the inappropriateness of the leaks to the press. Only the company and its advisors have access to how shareholders have voted before the day of the annual meeting. My understanding is that it is illegal to release the outcome of the vote prior to it being finalised, as it has the effect of manipulating the outcome. Here, the company and or its advisors have leaked that Disney is winning the contest. It is really inappropriate that they have done so. And how does one know that it is Disney and or its advisors that are the source of the leak? If Peltz were winning, there would be no leaks to the press. The reason why the progress of an election for directors must be kept confidential until the results are final is that leaking the results can affect the ultimate outcome. Institutional shareholders worry about offending management by voting with an activist. They are concerned that if management learns that they have voted against the incumbent directors, they may lose access to management going forward. In other words, Bob Iger is likely to come visit and or take a call with a shareholder if the shareholder voted with a dissident. This is a damning tweet. This is clearly a close election. Institutions don't want to risk voting against the incumbent board if it is clear that the activist will lose. They want to be on the winning side of the election. Here, the company and or its advisors have leaked the early results in order to tip more institutions and other shareholders to vote for the incumbent board, unfairly tipping the scale in the incumbent board's favour. In other words, an institution may think if Peltz is going to lose, it is not worth taking the risk of offending management by voting for him. This is scathing. This is unfortunately not an uncommon practice. Years ago in our proxy contest with ADP, the company and or its advisors did the same thing. The SEC government should do a thorough investigation of this proxy contest and appropriately punish whoever is responsible for the miscarriage of shareholder governance and justice. Wow. Companies of the caliber of Disney and or its advisors should not behave this way. Lastly, what more reason to get Nelson Peltz on the board but how they're acting here? Because they're clearly unprofessional, right? Anyway, lastly but importantly, I think highly of Nelson Peltz. I am sure he would be a great additive as a member of the Disney board. Ask yourself, why is the company fighting so hard to keep him off? The fact that the company leaked the early returns to the media is further evidence that an activist of Nelson Peltz's caliber deserves to be on this board for all shareholders' benefit. Based on my knowledge of Nelson's capabilities and the dirty tricks implemented by the company and its advisors, I strongly recommend that shareholders vote for Nelson Peltz for the Disney board. Institutions who have already voted still have time to change their vote. It is time that we make an example of Disney here so that this bad practice does not continue to poison shareholder democracy. Great. That's brilliant. And then friends of the channel chimed in on this, Valiant Renegade along with Jonas. Campbell, Culture Casino as well. Everyone sort of chiming in on it. It's true. I mean, this is all completely right. So Elon Musk jumped in on this and goes, Nelson Peltz should definitely be on the board. He would help reform the company, improve the quality of product, and generally serve the best interests of shareholders, as he has done at many other companies. This would significantly improve Disney's share price. And it would, because Disney's stock has actually been going up based on Peltz, you know, getting on board the Disney board. And he also says, while I don't own any Disney shares today, I would definitely buy their shares if Nelson were elected to the board. His track record is excellent. This is great. So this is a huge win for Nelson Peltz. Like a massive win. The fact that Elon Musk is saying, I don't own shares, but right, if Nelson was on the board, I would own shares. Share price goes up. I mean, this is... And that damning, scathing tweet about effectively malpractice, right? Unprofessional and malpractice. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You need to inject a new soul into Disney. They're getting ripped. They're getting ripped apart. And the replies to this long, scathing tweet is great. Disney needs a shake-up, frankly. More and more parents are just avoiding all their new content because it's so woke. Disney stock has been up because people like what he's doing, in my opinion, and want him there. It will tank again if he's not on the board. This is what I've been saying. The dumbass mainstream media is like, well, look, you know, it's going up a little bit. Yeah, because of Nelson Peltz. The moment he is confirmed as not being on the board, as that he's lost the race, it will literally crater. I guarantee it, it will crater. Right? You've heard it here. It's going to crater. Right? Disney stock will crater if Nelson Peltz doesn't get elected to the board. He is the only positive thing, positive change that Disney, you know, that is on the horizon for Disney currently. Whatever Disney and Bob Iger is doing doesn't work. Everyone knows it. Everyone can see it. No one wants it. And this stuff's, yeah, just crazy. The fact that they've sat there and said all this stuff is, yeah. Didn't the press also leak that Neuberger, Berman and some other institutional investors voted with Trian? I don't think they're selectively leaking news. If institutions disclose their vote publicly, there's nothing wrong with that. That's simply free speech. If the firm tabulating the votes or the company discloses the overall outcome of the vote before the final tally, that's wrong and illegal. Yeah. There you go. So Disney has done, was completely screwed up, and this is a win for Nelson Peltz. Will he win? Who knows? We'll see. But it's a lose for Disney regardless. If Nelson Peltz doesn't win, it's still a lose for Disney. And it's a lose for shareholders. Because, mate, that shareholder price is going to tank. It's going to go way down. So leave your thoughts down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.